This is Dr. Cindy Woody. I help people prepare for exams, and one of the questions I hear fairly often is what can I do to reduce my test anxiety? Lots of people have test anxiety, so on top of having to prepare for their exams, they're also having to combat this mental stress and anxiety that comes with just the thought of taking a test. So I love this tip. This one is all about the best scents for studying. When I say scents, I mean aromas. This is one that I particularly love. So, smells equal memories. If the brain thinks that a smell is important, it can file the information and store it indefinitely. Even decades later, that same scent can bring back the memory and the emotional salience of the moment flooding back. So, why is that important when you're studying for a test? If you're prepping for a test, you want to associate positive memories with the test time, right? With the time you spent studying and with the material that it's associated with. You also want to fire up your brain. So scent can help your brain wake up. Many times we study late at night or early in the morning or in the afternoon when we're sleepy, and we begin to feel like it doesn't matter how many times we read or study the material, it's just not sinking in anymore. This study was kind of interesting. Pleasant smells are associated with better performance, probably through improved mood, whereas unpleasant smells impair performance, most likely due to negative mood. So your mood is affected by the aromas associated with what's going on in the moment. When your aromas and scents around you are pleasant, it improves your performance. And when it stinks, your performance stinks, right? That makes sense. Sometimes we're so overwhelmed with test anxiety that it's good to just get outside. And when I say get out, I mean take a field trip to somewhere that smells good, that's associated with plants. So visit an arboretum, a rose garden, a botanical garden, a plant nursery, a flower market, or other richly aromatic locations across Texas. I put a picture of a few of my favorites. We love to go to Wild Seed Farms in Fredericksburg. You can visit their herb gardens, their butterfly gardens. You can actually see the crops that they plant to make the seeds that they sell, and many of those are very beautifully scented plants. They also have an herb garden. It's not associated with Wild Seed Farms, but in Fredericksburg, there's a Fredericksburg herb garden and cottages. And we've gone and stayed overnight or longer in the cottages there in the herb garden, which is very relaxing. So if you're feeling stressed, that makes a great field trip. Another one we just got back from is the South Texas Botanical Gardens and Nature Center in Corpus Christi. That one has flowers blooming year round, and what makes that one special to me is they have two orchid houses. I don't think I've ever been anywhere that smelled quite as amazing as those two orchid houses. And then the one on the bottom left corner is the picture of the Tyler Rose Garden. It's a wonderful place. There's roses of all types there. And of course, some of those are extremely beautifully scented. And then the last one up in the top left corner, that's just a regular old herb for sale rack that you might see at Home Depot or Walmart or Lowe's or any big box store or any good garden center. And you can smell those for free. And if you feel so inclined, you can buy one to take it home for about $5 and you can have your own good fresh herbs in your house. There are many ways to get sense into your life if you feel like the environment where you're studying isn't really working to your advantage and not making you really retain and remember these things or not making you calmer. You can use, of course, candles and you can use fresh plants. You can use essential oils. My favorite is herbal tea. And then here's some of the best scents for studying. Peppermint is the number one, in my opinion. A lot of teachers use peppermint if they're going to use an aroma in the school, although many schools don't allow aromas in the classroom. Eucalyptus is another good one. The citrus scents are all good for alertness, especially grapefruit. Basil is one that, especially, what do they call it? No, it's clary sage. I was going to say clary basil. Basil is a really good one for mental alertness. The conifers, which are pine, fir, cedar, those are all good. They give that fresh outdoor scent and stimulate the brain. Coriander, rosemary. I love bergamot, rose, especially some of those good, rich rose scents from the heritage antique roses. Clary sage or sage is a really powerful one. There's been a lot of research around that. Jasmine, lang lang, and lavender. Although lavender is really more about relaxing and not studying. So if you're having trouble relaxing and you don't feel rested, you can use lavender or chamomile. So those aren't really to invigorate you when you're studying. One of the great things about using scents for studying is that when you breathe in the aroma, it goes into your lungs. And then your lungs are part of your circulatory system, which puts the smell directly into your bloodstream, which then goes up into your brain and crosses the blood brain barrier and causes things to happen in your brain. So it's a good thing. It can be very positive if you're able to think positively about these scents and choose the ones that work best for you. Every person's different. One study published in Frontiers in Neuroscience, it found that exposure to different smells could help improve memory and learning in older adults. In the study, 43 healthy older adults got diffusers to use at night. In just a second, I'll show you a picture of a diffuser. One group got exposed to a rotating group of pleasant smells, and these were the ones they used: rose, orange, eucalyptus, lemon, peppermint, rosemary, and lavender. So a different smell each night, while the other group just got distilled water. After 6 months, the participants who had the nightly pleasant odors saw a 226% improvement on a learning and memory test compared to the group who did not. So I'm just saying, if you can go to sleep and wake up remembering things better, why not? I highly endorse this method. So here's some pictures of ways that you can actually get more herbs into your environment. My favorite is obviously gardening and growing the herbs and being able to pick and handle those yourself. I love fresh herbs in tea. That one is a picture of chamomile tea. I use a lot of dried herbs that I purchase at the store. And then there's also the possibility that you may dry your own herbs, which I do. I love to have, my favorite is spearmint. I have dried spearmint in a jar, and sometimes I just open it and smell of it when I'm studying or reading something where I need to be more alert. And then that last one is a picture of a diffuser. So a diffuser is operated with water. You put a few drops of essential oil of your choice in it, and you plug it in, and it makes this steam that sort of wafts across your room. So a diffuser is a great thing to have when you're studying. A lot of schools don't allow those in the classroom, so be careful about that at school, but certainly at home. Remember to breathe when you're trying to reduce test anxiety. Breathing always helps. Deep breathing. There's many, many studies about deep breathing. But I would say also to put your nose to work in helping to reduce test anxiety, increase memory and learning capacity, and improve your mental alertness through the sense that you choose to have around you. You've got this. Thank you for watching my little video. Please follow me on Dr. Cindy Woody on YouTube. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Those kinds of things help my channel by popping up more frequently when people are searching. So I appreciate your support, and I hope this has helped you with your test anxiety.